just pay attention to raising your own kids, doing what's best for your kids, making sure that they become decent human beings. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Ellie and I make mom life, budgeting, and lifestyle videos here on YouTube. I'm so glad that you came back for another video. If you like any of those topics or all of them, please hit the big red subscribe button down below and follow along on this journey with me. So today I'm going to be doing the controversial parenting tag, as you might see from the title of this video. But I wanted to do this video to bring light to this whole people disagreeing on how to raise each other's kids. Like, God gave you the kids, your kids. Those are your kids, and your choices of what is good enough for them or what is best for them is what matters. We are all out here just trying to raise our kids, and I think people need to just focus on their own kids and leave each other alone. I don't like controversy. I'm not doing this because I like controversy. I'm actually the opposite. I hate confrontation. So maybe put me out of my comfort zone and comment something mean down below. Just kidding. So I have the questions written down here. I won't be spending a ton of time on each one. Just kind of go through and say what my choice is and why. Also, before we start, check out that highlight. Did you get that, huh? Can't remember which highlight it is. I got it in an Ipsy bag, but I will link it down below, or at least say the name of it and by who it is. And yeah, let's get started. So the first one, pro-life or pro-choice? I am very much pro-life. I have a cute little baby girl. I have 3 older stepkids, and I'm also pregnant with another baby. So it's just hard for me to look at them and think I could have possibly chose not to have them. So pro-life. I'm pro-life. Number 2, baby wearing. This is a weird one. I didn't know that was a controversial thing. Baby wearing. I personally didn't wear Addie up against me a lot because I don't know, it just wasn't, she liked being held, and I really didn't have, I actually committed most of my time to holding her, cuddling her, and nursing her. I didn't try to get a ton accomplished when she was really little, let's be honest. So I didn't wear her a lot, but I feel like this time around, when I have a toddler running around and have a second baby, I might wear her more. But I'm definitely all for wearing your baby close to you. I think it can be very comforting for them. I just did not with Addie, just because it wasn't necessary, I guess. Number 3, circumcision. And yes, I do believe in circumcision. And that is because of health reasons. I know multiple, can you hear my dog walking? Oh, this dog, I tell you. I know multiple people that had to get circumcisions later on in life for health reasons, and so I think if you could do it as a baby, why not? And also my husband is for it, and he would decide for our boys, so I'm for it. Adoption, 1000% yes. I have 2 adopted, an adopted niece and an adopted nephew, and we love them with all our hearts. I think that there's so many kids out there that need loving homes, that why would you not be for adoption? I'm not sure, but anyway, I am for adoption. Most of these are not, I don't feel like super passionately about one way or the other. I think that everyone has a right to raise their kids and do, what they think is best for their kids. But for baby piercings, I personally wouldn't have the heart to do it, but I know my sister, she pierced her little girl's ears when they were babies, I don't know, less than 2 weeks old, I think, and they didn't even cry, it was nothing. So I'm definitely not against it, but personally, if I had another girl, I definitely would not do it with her, and I didn't do it with Addie. It just hurt my little heart if they were in pain, even though I know it doesn't really hurt them. So I'm gonna say no. It's personal choice, but yeah. Number 6 is breast milk or formula fed. I believe that it's best to feed your baby, and a lot of times moms don't choose to not breastfeed their babies. There's reasons why they don't breastfeed, whether it is they don't have enough milk, baby can't latch, or whether it is that they had a horrible experience with their previous baby cries all the time, it's not getting enough food, and then for their next one they just choose not to do it. Whatever it is, if you feed your baby, that is what's best. 7, cry it out method. Yeah, I did that with Addie. It worked really good. She started going to sleep on her own. I don't know, I didn't do it super young, I will say, but it worked and it didn't take very long. And I think it's a matter of sticking to it. But if you choose a different method, good for you. Number 8, spanking. Yeah, I think it doesn't work for all kids. I've seen kids that you can slap their hand and they laugh, it doesn't matter. But other kids, spanking helps. And I think there's a big line, or like a big line, there's a big difference between beating and spanking. Like, I don't believe in beating your children, and I don't believe in spanking them out of impulse, is that the right word? So like when I was being raised, my parents only had to spank me a few times, and that's it. And I really respected them for that. Like, they would sit me down, they would say what I did wrong, give me a spanking, and then explain to me that they still loved me, but what I had done, you know, was it right? And it really helped me. So I definitely think that spanking doesn't work for all kids, and I think there's a lot of other ways to discipline them, but I think that is one way, and it works for some kids. And if it works for you, and if you believe that it's best for your kid, then that's that. Number 9 is co-sleeping. I will personally say no, and that's because I like having my space, and me and my husband like having our own space in our own bed. And also, I think that once you start co-sleeping, it is much harder to wean them to their own room. Weaning is the right word, but to get them to sleep in their own room, I know a lot of people that have had a real struggle when their kid is at the age of, you know, they want them to sleep in their own room, and it's difficult because they're so used to sleeping with their parents, right? So that is personally why I chose not to do that, but I don't have anything against people that do. That's totally your own choice. Number 10, homeschool, public school, or private school. Definitely not homeschool. Not because it's bad or I don't like it, but because I would have hated homeschool. I was a social kid. I loved going to school. I loved seeing my friends. Like, I was the kid that hated Fridays because it was the last day of the school week. So maybe I was a nerd, but I was definitely also social. So for that reason, and also because I couldn't imagine teaching my kids at home. I think I would, I don't know. It wouldn't be pretty. I think I would get so frustrated with the process because I'm not a teacher and I'm not the most patient person in the whole world. So just not homeschool. Private, public, I don't care. Depending on what you can afford and where, like, which country you're at, whether it's paid for, I guess. Do what's best for your kid, even if it's homeschool. Just because I don't want to homeschool my kids does not mean you shouldn't. Number 11, vaccinations. Yes, I saw a funny tweet the other day that said, what did people do back in the day when there was no vaccination or no, I can't remember, medications and stuff, and then it said, they died, Carol. A lot of people died. I thought that was funny, but it was a funny way of actually speaking my thoughts, you know? And it's not that, you know, I don't not like people that don't vaccinate their kids. That's my personal opinion, and I'm not gonna bully someone that believes otherwise. That's my personal choice, and yeah, that's that. Number 12, medicating children. I'm not sure what they mean by that. Like, does it mean like giving them Tylenol when they have a fever? And if so, then yes, I believe in that. I haven't given my daughter a lot of painkillers in her little young life, but there's been several times where she's had a fever because of teething, and she's not, like, I've heard the thing that said that if you have a fever while your kid's fighting something, you know, like, let the fever run its course. But the thing is, my kid hasn't really had a fever because of like a flu or that. She's had fevers because they're brought on by teething, so I don't think that fever is doing her any good. I don't know. Anyway, I don't like seeing her suffer, and I choose to give her medication for it. But your kid, your choices, your rules. Number 13, cloth or disposable diapers. Like, this is controversial. I don't get it. Anyways, that's totally personal choice. I know we were all growing up raised on cloth diapers, but I don't know if I'm lazy or like convenience, but I couldn't do that. So disposable diapers for me. And then the last one, number 14, is store-bought or homemade baby food. Neither for me. My daughter didn't really eat baby food. I had already decided on baby-led weaning, and also I tried a couple of baby foods. She just wasn't a big fan, so she just ate regular food. I put it into manageable sizes for her, and that's pretty much how it went. So, but if she did like baby food, then I probably would have store-bought it, just because a lot less time and effort. I don't know. That sounds lazy of me. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's hard to say. But do what you do. I think I did read the labels on some baby food, and some baby food out there is actually very, very healthy. I always thought that anything canned would be terribly unhealthy, but there's actually some pretty decent stuff out there. So I think it's totally your choice. So anyway, that's all of them. The point I wanted to make in all this is that God gave you the kids that you have. He didn't give them to Mary or Sally down the street. He gave them to you. And I think that what you choose is best for your kids. I think that other people have to respect that. And I think that we all need to stop having these silly arguments, because is it changing anyone's mind? It's just causing fights. Like, who cares? Like, a couple of these I feel a little bit passionately about, but most of these are just so silly. Like, oh, it just gets me all riled up. Like, just pay attention to raising your own kids, doing what's best for your kids, making sure that they become the decent human beings. Yeah, like that's that. So anyway, I hope you liked this video. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it, and stick around for the next video, which is gonna be up on Monday. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Mwah.